Hey guys, I thought I would do one of my current look videos for you. It's where I just basically walk you through my current makeup application process. Since I tend to use products very seasonally, I thought maybe I'd try to do this seasonal. I did my last one in the spring and you guys seem to like it, so I thought I would do it again. We're out here at the family house in Utah. I'm up in my loftus. If you're not familiar, I call it my loftus because it's my little office in a loft. I also have my vanity set up here, which is nice. And I'm just gonna put on my makeup like I normally do lately and just talk you through it. And I'll show you all the products, of course. So I always start by setting up my little makeup station with a folded washcloth and a couple of wet wipes. Now you might be wondering why I keep my wet wipes, baby wipes, in an additional Ziploc bag. But it's really, really dry here, and we're only here for like a month at a time usually, so just keep them from drying out. That's what I do. So I'm going to start by blotting my face. I've been actually, since I've been pregnant, I haven't been producing quite as much oil as I normally do, which is nice. But it's just kind of my go-to first step of my process. And I have these Basha green tea blotting linens, which are a tried and true favorite for me. So we can discard that. And now we can move on with the rest of the process. So lately, I wear a BB cream as my daily moisturizer. Actually, I think it's a CC cream technically. I don't exactly remember, but I'll link it for you below. And it's by Juice Beauty, and I really like it. And I'm probably going to be talking about it in my favorites this month. But to me, I need just a little bit more coverage when I want to be filming something, or if I'm going to be going out, you know, and I want to look nice, kind of pulled together. Again, very fortunate. My skin's been pretty good. I have this really annoying pimple on the corner of my mouth right now, which will not go away. But other than that, just a little discoloration here and there, nothing major. So I've been using this Pacifica Natural Minerals Ultra CC Cream Radiant Foundation. This is definitely more like a cream than a foundation. To me, it's more like a tinted moisturizer. It really does not provide a lot of coverage. But I like the way it goes on. I just apply it with my fingers. And if I'm looking over there, it's because that's where my mirror is, so bear with me. But I couldn't fit my camera behind it, so that's what we're just going to have to do. And I just kind of apply this like I would a moisturizer, because that's basically what it is like to me. I mean, you'll see, it really doesn't provide a whole lot of coverage, but I really don't need a lot right now, thankfully, luckily. So I just apply, it's like a couple pumps worth, and I just work this in with my fingers like I would a moisturizer. And I just try to make sure to bring it a little bit down my neck. And I believe there are only 2 shades of this. I have the warm light. This is fitting my skin tone fine right now. I don't know how it will be if my skin gets lighter as we move into fall and winter. And then I just like to use one of my baby wipes to kind of wipe my fingers clean. And I'm like kind of like one of those crazy people that wipes their products clean too. Okay, so that's where I start. Oh, I always also usually have a little bit of lip balm on. This is an EOS lip balm, just to kind of start everything off right. The next thing I put on is concealer, and I'm still using the Makeup Forever Full Cover Extreme Camouflage Cream. It just really matches my skin tone kind of no matter what. I found I can blend it in so easily. I've just been using my fingers this summer. It's just been easy. I just have a few spots where there were, you know, I have discoloration from past pimples. I don't really have any active breakouts on my face right now, aside from this really annoying one that's like impossible to cover up on the side of my mouth. So I just kind of like don't care too much about it, because if I put too much stuff on it, it looks weird. So I'm just going to work a little bit in just to kind of camouflage it a little bit, but what can you do? It happens. It's like the weirdest. I've never gotten a pimple there before in my life. It's like the weirdest thing. And if there's any left over, I just kind of work it anywhere I feel like maybe I'm a little uneven. But I just use one little squeeze of that and it works like a charm. And that's basically my face base. And then I toss that baby wipe, and then I use the other one for the rest of my application. This is like a lot of information. I'm sure you really didn't need all that. So now I do the rest of my face, like basically for my eyes. So I start with the NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. I've been using and loving this for years. It's just the best. I do have oily eyelids, even now with my skin's a little less oily thanks to my pregnancy. My eyelids are still oily, so this just is the one primer I found that really prevents creasing. And then because I do have discoloration along my eyelids, they're just a little bit darker than the rest of my skin, I like to put on a base product. And this is something you'll recognize because I've been using it for like the past year and I love it. The Bare Minerals 5-in-1 BB Advanced Performance Cream Eyeshadow. This is in the blushing pink. I'm actually almost out of this. I can tell we're getting to the bottom because it's like running out. But to me, this is my favorite one. I also have another one that's kind of more of a ivory nude color, but this one kind of matches my skin tone right now better. And it just kind of evens things out for me. It gives me a nice base to work with so I can start on my eyeshadows. I also use a underbrow and an inner corner kind of a base product. At home I use the Cella Ivory Lace, I think, highlighter pencil it's called, but here I have the Anastasia Brow Duality Pencil, and I use the Camille side, which is the matte side, and it's just kind of this matte, pinky, fleshy color, and I just apply that right under the brow bone and the corner of the eye, and I just use my ring finger to just kind of pat that in, and that just kind of helps product stick there so things are a little bit more noticeable. And now I'm ready for eyeshadow. So I've been using a combination of a couple of palettes lately. What is this called? I don't actually know. The Tarte Showstopper Clay Palette, which is a really nice kind of all-in-one palette because it comes with the bronzer and the cheek and the highlighter and a really nice array of kind of warm-toned, summery, bronzy shades. The one thing I think it's missing is kind of a lighter highlight shade, and that's where I use my Pacifica Natural Minerals Eyeshadows palette. I forget what the palette variety, like which palette this is, doesn't say on it, but I will have the exact one linked for you if you want to know what it is. So I'm just going to go on. These are brushes that I leave out here, so they're a little bit different than the brushes that I have at home that you might have been familiar with me using before. This is the Sigma E55 shading brush. It's just kind of your standard eyeshadow shading brush, and this is where I use the light shade that palette doesn't have, and I really like this kind of champagne-y, sandy champagne shimmery shade. I just think it's really pretty and it gets the job done because I tend to like to put lighter eyeshadows towards the inner half of my eyelids and then blend out with darker ones as I go to the outer corner. So I just flip that brush over, and now I'm going to dip into the Showstopper palette from Tarte. I can't remember that. I really like this kind of subdued gold color. I will say I like Tarte eyeshadows a lot, and I have for years. They're just a little bit, you have to tap off because they get a little bit powdery, and it can cause fallout on your face if you don't tap them out first. Whereas like with the Pacifica, I don't feel like I really have to do that. And I'm just going back over with the Pacifica and kind of covering that line between the two colors to kind of blend them better. And this is just a really subtle, very summery, natural, bronzy, glowy look that I've just been really enjoying. I'm just going to clean up under there, see if there's anything awry. Okay, now I'm going, I mean, you don't have to use all these brushes, I just have them, so I use them. Going in with my Sigma E56 lid brush. This is just a little bit of a smaller, kind of tapered lid. And I'm going to this kind of plummy bronze color on the side of the Showstopper palette. And I'm applying that kind of almost right up against the lash line and the upper V. So I'm making like a little V along the outer corner of my eye with this. And this is really, I mean, there's no like science to this. It's just to give a little bit of definition there because I want my eyes to look big but defined. And there you have it. And I don't blend it because I'm about to blend everything in the crease, which you'll see. So now I'm taking the Sigma E55 Taper Blending Brush and this really nice matte light brown color that's just the perfect crease color, and I'm working that into the crease. And this is such a nice big fluffy brush that it goes ahead and it kind of blends those outer corner shades for me, even though I'm not actually putting the brush directly in that area. But it's kind of doing that work for me, so I don't really have to do it. And then if I ever feel like I need a little bit more of that shimmery champagne shade from the Pacifica palette, I just go back in and touch that up one more time, because I just really want my eyes to be bright, like that. And then I'll usually take a clean brush, or even, I don't have any like a matte ivory highlight shade in either of these palettes, but even just a clean brush will do. And I just run this over kind of the top, right under my brow bone, to kind of blend that crease color out, sorry guys. So there's no harsh lines at all. But then I'm also going to use this to add just a little bit of oomph under the brow. So I've just, here, let me pull this in so you can see it better. I'm just carefully tapping this into the highlighter color on the Showstopper palette and just lightly brushing that under my brow bone. I know my eyebrow looks like a whack. I cut them really funny, this one. So I'll fix that. I do my brows almost last. And then I'm going to work on my the lower part of my eyes. So I'm using the Tarte Emphasize Inner Rim Brightener. They don't have this exact product anymore, but they have something, I think, that is the same product. It's just been renamed. It's like a lights, camera, flashes kind of product. I don't really know, but I'll link it below because they don't have this exact thing, but pretty sure it's the same. It's just to make my eyes look a little bit bigger and a little bit brighter. Works really well. And then I'm taking a Sigma E30 pencil, and I'm just going back in to the Showstopper palette and this like kind of bronzy gold color, and I'm just to add a little definition to my lower lash line. I've never been a huge fan personally for my own self of putting a lot of product underneath my eyes, especially like eyeliner or anything, because I just think it makes my eyes look, oops, sorry, too small. Hold on one second. That's my mom. And then of course eyeliner. I've used this product for years, and I really haven't used another eyeliner much at all since becoming obsessed with it. The Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. I have to get pretty close to the mirror, so I might just cut this part of the video because I tend to pop out of frame. But I just find it just the easiest way. It's the easiest way for me to apply eyeliners using this. It's kind of one of those felt tip, brush tip, liquid eyeliner pencils, not pencils, pen, and it just, I can do it, and it looks halfway decent, so that to me is good. And I just get as close to the lash line as possible. I don't like a huge amount of eyeliner on me personally, and voila, eyeliner. Okay, so now, oops, go in there, little eyeliner. So now I can move on to the rest of my face base, and that's my under eye area and my powder. This is just the order I've done things in for the longest time, and that's just, I don't know, that's just how I work. So I have two under eye products that I'm using currently. I have the First Aid Beauty Eye Duty Triple Remedy, and this I just basically use as a, whoa, a lot came out of there. Oh boy, that was a little bit more than I needed. This is basically, I just use as a primer. And I'm using the Sigma Precision Angled P84 to just kind of blot this in. I try not to use my fingers under my eyes or around my eyes as much as possible, because I do have fine lines and I just don't want to really mess with that. And I just think a brush, if you use it gently and it's the right kind of brush, can very effectively blend in products, and you just don't have to use your fingers as much. And I don't even really blend it in all the way because I kind of wanted it to mix with my under eye concealer, which is Bare Mineral Stroke of Light Eye Brightener. And this is in the Luminous shade, Luminous 2, I think, yeah. I've been using this product for the last few months. I think I hauled it not too long ago, but it's just, honestly, I feel like it settles into the lines a bit. But I'm still using it because it has good ingredients, and I'm just, you know, I bought it. And it doesn't bother me that much. It's just not the best under eye concealer I've ever used. I'm not even sure if it's meant to be I mean, it's supposed to give you a nice highlight. I really like the way it looks on the face. It just, after like a couple of hours, or even sometimes after just a little bit, I just feel like it doesn't blend as well as others. It's a really long way of saying that. And then I always like to set my under eye makeup with a little powder. This is a Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. And I'm just using a Sigma, these are all Sigma brushes, I don't know why I keep saying Sigma, tapered highlighter, F35 brush. And just a little bit of this powder goes a long way. Oops, that was a little more than I intended. And that just, I find like that just helps keep things in place there. With my eye makeup and the oily eyelids and all that, and just issues with rubbing my eyes and stuff, that just kind of makes everything set. And then to finish my face base, I go in with my powder, and this is the same powder I've been using since spring. I really, really like it. It's the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Perfecting Veil. I'm in the light to medium still. It works just fine. And here I'm using a Sigma Large Powder F30 brush. And it's not my favorite powder brush ever. I really prefer the Sigma one I have at home, the tapered face brush, but this does the trick. And I like to apply powder very, very loosely and very, very lightly. So it might not look like the traditional way of applying powder. It's just the way that I like to do it, because I don't need a whole lot. But that works perfect. And now I can move on to the like emphasizing of the face. So I'm going back to that Tarte Showstopper palette, and I'm going to use the face products that are included in it, which is really nice. This is a nice palette for travel too, because it has so many nice things in it. So I've got a Large Angle Contour F40 brush, again by Sigma, and I'm just very lightly dabbing this in this is a matte bronzer. It's really nice. It's just it kind of works year round because it's light enough. I can get away with applying a little bit more in the summer because I have just naturally a little bit more color, but I'm also, I mean, it might look a little scary right now, but I'm also going to blend it in. And I just use an upward sweeping motion. I am not an expert when it comes to contouring or bronzer or anything like that. I just kind of plop it on there, to be honest. Oh look, a non-Sigma brush. This is the Real Techniques blush brush. And this, the blush in the palette is this really nice kind of pop of coral, and a little of this goes a long way, so I recommend using a light hand with it, because you can always build it up, but it's a little bit harder to take it down. And again, I'm going to blend this so I won't look quite as crazy. The camera never picks up quite as much product. On what you see on your screen is not quite as much as I'm wearing, yeah. And then I take a clean powder brush. This is a Large Powder F20. To just blend those two together to kind of give a nice seamless look. You don't want to do too much where you'll blend it right off your face, but I just kind of want it to look more natural. Don't want there to be any like real noticeable lines. And then I can kind of work it to be how I want it to be. And sometimes I'll go back in and just add just a little bit, like pop a little bit more blush on, especially if I'm filming, because like I said, it doesn't show up as often. And lastly, I'm going to go back with the Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35 brush. I'm just going to add just a little tiny bit of highlighter. This is the one included in the palette. Because it's summer, I mean, why not? I don't know why my face is all red right there. And do that. And then, if I feel like I put too much on, I can just work that off with my fingers. And that's the end of using that palette. And I always keep these little plastic things because it says the names on them. Oh, I should have told you the shadow names, but oops. So that's basically the end of the face base and the and I'm about to go back to the eyes and finish there. But in between that stage, I like to use my Skindinavia Makeup Finishing Spray. You guys know if you've been watching me for a while, I swear by this. Like I said, sometimes I have more oily skin than now, but it just really helps me keep my face on longer, especially since I have a terrible habit of rubbing my face. And then while that's drying, I will go in with my, that was a lot of tissues. I'll go in with my MAC brush cleanser, which I just have decanted in a little spray bottle, and I'll spot clean my brushes. And I do that every time I apply makeup. And then I only have to deep clean them maybe once a week or every other week, depending on how many times I've worn makeup that week. Some weeks I only wear makeup a couple of days. To be honest, I don't wear makeup unless I'm filming or if I'm going out somewhere where I want to look more pulled together. That's just me. But yes, I generally deep clean my brushes once every 1 to 2 weeks. But this I find just keeps them, you know, pretty surface cleaned in between, so I can use them and feel like, you know, I'm starting with mostly clean brushes. And this gives the face spray a chance to set before I put on the remainder of my makeup products. Now that that's done, I'm just going to get out my eyebrow products. So the last things I do are my eyebrows, my eyelashes, and my lips. So out here I'm using some old Sigma products, and to be honest, I'm not even sure they still carry these. I wonder if I tweezed that one little hair off, if they'd look better. I'm like always afraid, you know, that I'm gonna make it worse. Whatever, I'll live with it till it goes back in. So this is a Sigma brow pencil, medium dark. I use the medium side again. I'm not even sure if they still have this product, but if they have something like it, I will link it below for you guys if you want to check it out. To be honest, I prefer my the Hourglass brow arch sculptor that I have at home. If you hear banging noise, don't be concerned. They're working on our roof, and I'm very close to the roof, obviously, up here in the loftus. But this color is really nice. I just find the shape of the brow arch by Hourglass a little bit easier to work with. But this gets the job done, and I just kind of fill in. I mean, I've got pretty full brows already, and I just kind of fill in a little bit where I feel like might be a little sparse. And here I'm using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. This isn't my favorite brow gel ever, but it's just what I have here, so I use it. And again, it's just like very little I can do with this eyebrow to make it look normal, but oh well. Maybe I should tweeze that off. I'm afraid to though. No, best to leave it. I'll live with it. It's fine. Now that I'm pregnant, my belly gets in the way of me opening that drawer, which is why I keep the majority of my makeup products in the this like 3-drawer plastic unit next to me, which you probably can't see. But okay, so eyelashes, we're almost done. Got my Chanel eyelash curlers. I don't know if they've brought these back or not, but they've been so hard to find. Like whenever I try to link them for you guys, I can't find them. I didn't even curl them at all. I like pretended to curl them there. But they're my favorites. I've honestly only tried a couple different types over the years. I've had those Chanel ones for several years now, and they have lasted and never let me down. For mascara, I am using the Mineral Fusion Waterproof Mascara in Cliff, which is this dark brown. Disclaimer, this is a much wetter formula than I like or am accustomed to, and it definitely provides a wetter look and a clumpier look, and it's a little bit harder to work with, but I'm using it because I bought it, and it's got good ingredients in it. It's just, oops, it's just not my favorite formula, but it does, I will say, it does pack a punch. Like a little of this goes a long way. I don't have to I don't even have to put the brush back in to do both eyelashes. I just have to use it once, and it's still like more than I need, and I'm using a featherweight touch here. But like I said, it is a little bit clumpy, so I go in with a disposable spoolie and just kind of touch it up. And again, I might pop out of frame, so I might just clip that part out of this video, but I'm basically just kind of combing through them to make sure they're not clumpy. Okay, I've retrieved the lip products, and the ones I've been really loving lately are by Bite. And this is the Matte Cream Lip Cream in Leche? I don't really know. And I just basically use it like a lip pencil. So it's a really nice kind of peachy nude. Really pretty this time of year. If you have the glow. I should not talk while I apply lip products. Note to self. And it does have a matte finish, but it's actually very creamy, which sometimes I find matte lip products aren't. I am not good at applying lip products when I'm talking, FYI. That's better. Let's blot just a little. I'm a big fan of blotting. I feel like things last longer when you blot. So that's pretty good. And then on top of that, I like to apply the Bud Beauty Lush Fruit Lip Gloss in Honey. This is just absolutely gorgeous. Again, I apologize for the banging noises. I know that's distracting. This is a really nice thick lip gloss. I feel like it's not too tacky, but it has good staying power. I always like wipe off the lipstick part because I'm weird like that. Sometimes I blot and sometimes I don't, even after lip gloss. I don't think I need to today. And then I just kind of wipe down any products that might have gotten onto my makeup top here, my vanity top. Gonna fix my hair. And that's it. That is my current look for summer. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I do have a little giveaway for you. I'm giving away 2 of the Tarte Showstopper Clay Palettes. The giveaway will run for 1 week's time. It is open internationally. If you're under the age of 18, I just ask that you have parental permission, and I will email the winners directly when the giveaway comes to a close. But you can find the entry form for the giveaway on my coordinating blog post, where I will have pictures of all of these products and links to them if you guys want to check them out for yourself. This is a really handy little thing to have, and I feel like the shades really can go, I mean, while the cheek shade is pretty summery in tone, I feel like the eyeshadow and the other face shades are really kind of year-round shades you can make work. And you know, I'm only using 3 of the eyeshadows out of 6 in this palette, in this look. There's a lot of different variations you can, you know, go through, and I just think it's a really nice versatile palette. It's got a nice big mirror too, which is nice if you're traveling, so you don't have to put another mirror. That just fell over. And that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching, and take good care. Bye, you guys.